Okay. The last thing I want to show you guys here is the follow-up. How important is the follow-up?
Very important.
Say this. The money is in the follow-up.
The money is in the follow-up.
It is in the follow-up. All right? So here's what we have. Hey, it's you. All right. Yes, so our follow-up segment. So if we send them a link to book a call or to buy a course or to buy through a PDF or whatever, and like we hit that point where it's convert with or confirm with the link, but they don't actually buy, they don't actually book or whatever, am I going to follow up with them in the DM? Yes. Raise your hand if you think you should follow up with someone who doesn't respond. Good. The act of you raising your hand just made you money. I promise you that. All right? So the answer is yes. Right? So here's our 5-day follow-up in the DM. So follow-up day 1, if no purchase after 24 hours. They get sent a video from me. And the video is great. I'm on my couch. I'm with my dog. Why am I with my dog in that particular video? Humanizing and builds trust. Yes. And it says, hey, dude, so check this out. I was on a boat recently, and I was in Italy, and I was going from one island to the other. And on this boat, there was a brother, a sister, and their mom. They're talking to another couple. The other couple asked the children, they're about 20 years old, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you up to? And the daughter, she says this. She goes, well, I have 2 degrees, but I'm having trouble getting a job. I think I'm going to go back and get my master's degree. And I'm sitting there on this boat like, what the fuck? Like, maybe if 2 degrees, no job's not working, maybe you want to change your approach a little bit, right? I don't know. Right? Like, isn't it crazy how people out there like are just taking the same bullshit they've been told their whole lives? Why would I tell that story? Yeah, handling objection. It sets a frame. Right? It sets a frame of like only an idiot would try and take the normal route. A smart person would buy one of my courses. That's what it says. Right? So I tell that story really quick in like 15 seconds, and then I say, by the way, just wanted to let you know, I know there's a lot of people out there on Instagram that you could be following and listening to, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate that you follow me, and I'm super looking forward to working with you really, really soon. Take care. And that's the whole video they get from me. Could that video be sent to anybody?
Yeah.
Totally. If you got that video from me in the DM, would you be like, damn, that's awesome? Yeah, that's dope. Right? It would get Sean to buy, even with all those LOLs. Right? The video. So we send them that video. It's great. That's the follow-up. Did I say anything about the fact they didn't buy yet? No. What am I doing there? Am I giving value, wanting nothing in return? Does that create reciprocity? Yeah. A lot of people it's like a nudge. Right? It's a nudge without being nudgy, is what it is. It's a really good thing to do. Okay? If they don't buy then, now we bring the big guns out, right? Follow-up day 2. Dude, send some motivation for you. Right? And then I dropped a screenshot from one of my millionaire students, Kirby. Kirby said, this was a text to me from Kirby. He said, by the way, Jason, I missed my goal of $1 million a year. I made 1.15 million goal this year, 5 million next year, 10 million. So is that proof? Yeah, it's great proof. Right? Raise your hand if you know Kirby's story. Raise your hand if you have no idea about Kirby's story. Dude, all right. So Kirby Robbins comes to me, 60 years old. He has made $45,000 a year every year for the last 20 years. From 40 to 60, 45 grand a year the whole time. As a general contractor in Spokane, Washington. Comes to me. We work on those big 3, the 3 high-income skills. In less than 12 months, Kirby makes $1.15 million. Becomes a millionaire. My first millionaire student. All right? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? I don't care how old you are, how young you are. You can fucking do it, no question about it. It was those 3 skills that did it for him. What the fuck do I know about general contracting? Nothing. I told you, I don't even know what's on the other side of that wall. I don't know. How is this hanging up? I don't know. I don't know anything about contracting. But I know those 3 skills, and I know how they work. Right? And that's what we taught him. So Kirby's fucking incredible, right? I love the guy. Right? So his is a text to me, so I send that to them, some motivation from you, and I go, that's from Kirby, he was my first millionaire student, what if you were next? Right, with a little winky face. Right, just a nice nudge. Right, proof and a nudge. And then day 3, right, I said, hey you, I just got this from my student, Sean Ferris. Everyone give some love to Sean. 1, 2, 3. So this was a message Sean sent me on Facebook. He said, hey man, just want to say I'm super appreciative of you and everything you taught me. Couldn't have bought this $52,000 gas-guzzling demon without you. And it's a badass pic of Sean in front of his brand new Mustang. All right? With the keys up, which is perfect. It's a nice touch. Yeah, it's dope. right? And I go, he started a few months ago. Only thing cooler, sorry, Sean, would be if this was you. Okay? What do you think? Are we ready to get started? By this time, people are buying. Right? They're buying. It works. Day 4. It's my favorite follow-up. I write, I call, I text, and still nothing. What do you need most right now? If I can't help, I'll be the first to tell you. Why would I say that?
It's like you're doing them a favor.
Yeah, I'm doing them a favor. Yeah. And also, it's trustworthy, isn't it? If I can't help, I'll be the first to tell you. Right? I'm not just like selling. Like, yo, what do you need help with? Maybe I'm not the right fit for you. What I don't want is no response. What I don't want is a maybe. I want a yes or a no, and I'm fine with either. I just don't want anything in between. That's always my thought when I'm closing. Right? I don't care if it's no. I don't care if it's yes. I'm going to be fine either way, but I just don't want an in-between fence-sitting, tire-kicking person. Right? And then follow-up day 5. This is the last one, and I say this. All right? It gets real. I say, you probably know my IGDM is super crowded. It's hard to keep track of it all. But I followed up with you for 5 days now. So many of the others have already joined. So many good people I can introduce you to. Would love to get you in here with us. Does it make sense for us to discuss getting you started? That's like my hard close. All right, that's like the hard close there. And the last note I have here, so I want everyone to read here, it says, remember, people need to be asked 7 times. How many times?
7.
7 times. So if you haven't asked 7 times, you haven't asked. Okay. Most studies show people need to be asked 7 times before they buy. The 5-day follow-up and everything else, we get about 6 or 7 asks in there. Right? Some will buy sooner, some will buy later. But eventually they all buy. Any questions about the follow-up? No. Okay, good. All right, here's what I want you to do right now. Stand up. Talk to your neighbor. What is your favorite thing about the follow-up? How will you be using follow-up in the DM? Let's give our neighbor a little love. 1, 2, 3. Sweet. So what did you guys discuss? What did you guys like about follow-up and everything we just talked about? Yeah.
There were a bunch of, I guess you'd say, they've been at EIEs, but they weren't in the course as far back, so they're still kind of newer. That I've talked to over the last couple of months. I've been talking a lot, figuring out where are you in the process. I don't know exactly why. I just did. Well, Mr. Durris just reminded me that he has like an affiliate kind of thing. You help me get a client, you get a cut, which means that I can, actually, while we were sitting there talking, I started all of a sudden reaching back out to some of them, hey.
So you're going to follow up?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, do you guys realize you should be following up for everything all the time? Raise your hand here if you have people you could follow up with right now and you didn't realize it. Keep your hand raised if you're going to follow up with those people here right now and not care what happens as long as you get a yes or a no. Good. Give yourself some love. 1, 2, 3. Cool. What else? What else do you guys like about the follow-up? How's that going to help you? How's it going to make what you do different? How is it going to change your behavior going forward? Yes?
I think if I'm posting something, I'll definitely take into consideration that humanizing factor. Make sure that any posts that I have, I use that as well.
Yes. Really, in the branding cycle, that's the trust post.
Yeah.
Right? It's the trust post and the trust story. Yeah. Exactly. The humanizing part is important. Just remember that the humanizing part, you want to balance it with the status part. So if you have a lot of status, then the humanizing is more important. If you don't have a lot of status in the marketplace yet, it's not as important. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's a nice little balance, right? Like The Rock petting a dog is a lot more humanizing than just Joe Blow petting a dog. Why? Because The Rock is like a big fucking deal. Right? Does that make sense? Yeah. Right? It's almost like humanizing in a context of status, not status in a context of someone who's humanizing. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Let's give that some love. 1, 2, 3. One more. I want to hear from someone who hasn't shared in these last 2 days. You've been sitting there silently thinking all these things, not saying shit. Thinking stuff. Yes?
Overall with the follow-up, I've been going at it with my emails as I'm trying to get something out of them, so leading with value, I haven't been doing that. So with the approach with the follow-up, and just go in, just following up and leading with value first, and everything taken in from here has been really great.
Good. I like that. It's a good mindset shift. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Who else? You haven't said anything. Yeah, Dave, you've said a lot, but you can go.
No, I'm just excited because I already started doing all this stuff. But I'm definitely going to be prospecting a lot more on Instagram because I'm realizing how active these people are on there, even with business owners, everyone.
Yes.
They're all just hanging out.
It is unbelievably active on there. Yeah, it is so crazy active on there. Cool. Let's give Dave some love. 1, 2, 3. Steven with the full turnaround. I like it. That's what I expect out of it. Yeah, that was perfect. So guys, there you have it. All right, that is the complete IG agent system. You know exactly what you need to do to start branding yourself and what to post and what to say and what to do. Literally, start to finish, right? Nuts and bolts. Attracting clients, all the different ways you're going to attract clients and start conversations, because conversions happen where? In conversions happen in conversations, right? And then closing clients, right? We went over the 6 boxes very in depth. We went over draw everything. Draw what? Everything. And the prescription close, which again, you guys all have access to and should be studied. I should be able to wake you up in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning and be like, start a prescription close. And you should just be able to rattle it off. When you internalize it that much, you will be very, very good at closing people. That's the level. Who here feels like you can do that right now? I want you to notice, most people raising their hands are the ones who have clients. All right? It's not a coincidence. All right? It's not a coincidence. Very, very important, right? And then the deliverables, right? Where it's great because what you're doing for your clients is almost the same thing as what you're doing for yourself. Right? And then, of course, the ultimate advantage that you're going to have over everyone else who's doing social media is the ROI you're able to bring the business in the DM. In the where? DM. The DM. Everyone say DM. DM. Say it British. DM. How do you say it?
DM.
DM. I think it sounds the same. It's the same. No. American would be DM. DM. Yeah. All right. Everyone say DM one more time. DM. Cool. Give DM some love. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Love for the DM. I love the DM. I'm just so grateful that we have so many students who are just fucking dedicated to fuck the rat race and finding a way out and replacing rat race life with laptop life. And for you guys, not just to invest in yourself. And I'll just tell you guys, I don't like webinars. All right, I don't like webinars at all. But everyone here, for the most part, would have invested in EIE from a webinar. So I'm grateful you guys sat through that shit. Okay? Because I'm not a fan of them, right? But I understand why they are there and the purpose that they serve. And successful people often have to do things they don't want to do. It's a characteristic of being successful. A lot of times you end up having to do stuff you don't want to do because you just you do it. What's the other choice? Right? Just going back to the way it was. Fuck that. All right? So I'm grateful for you guys. Truly, truly. For working to replace rat race life with laptop life. I don't know what it's like to be in your 20s or 30s and having spent years working a 9 to 5 at a normal job. I don't know what that's like. I made money from my dorm room, right? Because I had so much built up pain from when I was younger of never wanting to have a normal life and a normal job. I just never wanted it. And by the time I was, teenage years, I was already thinking about how I was going to make money in a way that wasn't rat race, so to speak. So I don't know what that's like, right? I have a lot of friends and people I know from college who've been stuck in that. And for you guys, yeah, it sucks, right? But I can only imagine how much inertia there is to push against for you to have to pull yourself out of that, because you see it every day. You're surrounded by it in your workspace or wherever you work or the people you're around, where everyone's stuck in that mentality. So for me, I did it when I was in college, right? It's much easier when everyone's just drunk. But everyone's not drunk at work, right? You're surrounded by a lot of negativity and people who think it's the only way of just living a normal life. So for you guys to fight against that inertia and fight against all of that negativity and that resistance and invest in EIE and come to this event and come to the High Status Summit. Raise your hand if you are coming to the High Status Summit. If I don't see a hand up here, I'm throwing you out. Cool, okay? Just to do that kind of stuff and go for what you want, I admire the fuck out of it. I really, really do, because I don't know how challenging it is, but I'm well aware it must be hard as fuck. And the only person capable of doing something that hard would be a really strong person. So I'm really, really grateful for you guys on that. My most valuable takeaway this weekend, for me just thinking about it and talking with you guys, was just for all of us being ready to adapt. Right, being able to change on the fly. If the marketplace is telling us they want this instead of that, we give them this. right? If most of the businesses you're talking to are saying they want social media, they want Instagram, then we pivot real quick, and that's what we're going to give them. We can do email later if we need to, right? And I think that's really, really smart to do in business. I don't know, if you don't, you're a dinosaur, right? You die. Your business dies otherwise. So I want to thank you guys for pivoting with me so fast this weekend. And you're IG agents now. How cool is that? All right, that's fucking dope. All right, so amazing last 2 days. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you at the High Status Summit, if not sooner. Who's coming to Bora Bora? In the Mastermind. Yeah, Tiffany, Eric, yeah. Cool, so I'll see you guys in Bora Bora. Everyone else I'll see you at the Mastermind. Let's give ourselves one final love. Everyone take a deep breath in real quick. Loud exhale. Oh. And 1, 2, 3. I'll see you guys soon. Everyone take care.